Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's always a joy to have you here with us on this path of seeking truth and cultivating wisdom. Today's topic touches on something that nearly every sincere practitioner has experienced at some point. You start to walk the path of Buddhism, filled with devotion and determination. You vow to chant more, meditate deeper, help others, and walk toward enlightenment. But the moment you take that step, it's as if everything starts to fall apart. Your life becomes more chaotic, more turbulent, and the obstacles that rise up seem more intense than ever before. You may find yourself asking, why is this happening? I thought practicing the Dharma would bring more peace, not more problems. The truth is, this isn't just your experience, it's something the Buddha himself warned us about. The moment we generate a strong aspiration, especially when it is aimed at freeing ourselves and others from suffering, we are stirring the very roots of karma that have been dormant for lifetimes. And it's not a punishment. It's actually a sign that you're beginning to touch real practice. So in this video, we will explore why the path seems harder when your aspiration grows bigger, why afflictions intensify, and why these challenges are signs that you are, in fact, progressing. Stay with us as we uncover the wisdom behind these seemingly paradoxical experiences. When you first begin your spiritual journey, you might think that enlightenment is a smooth and straight path upward, like climbing a staircase into the light. But as many practitioners quickly discover, the reality is far more complex. The path to awakening is more like hiking through a dense forest. At times, it's beautiful and serene, but other times you're stumbling over roots, being bitten by insects, and wondering if you're even heading in the right direction. This experience is not only normal, it is essential. In the teachings of the Buddha, this phase of spiritual life is well recognized. As soon as you make the decision to walk the path, whether through chanting, meditation, vows, or acts of compassion, you set in motion the release of long-held karmic energy. Picture it like a pond that has been undisturbed for a very long time. At the surface, the water appears calm, but the moment you reach in and begin to stir it, the mud at the bottom rises up, clouding the entire pond. That mud was always there. It's not new, but it's only being stirred now because you're doing the work. This stirring is what you feel as obstacles, setbacks, sickness, misunderstandings, and emotional turmoil. One of the greatest misconceptions about spiritual practice is the belief that everything should get easier the more committed you become. While it's true that the inner peace and wisdom that come from practice are real and transformative, there's also another reality. True practice means facing what you've previously been able to ignore. When you intensify your vows or deepen your meditation, you are shining light into the dark recesses of your karma. You're inviting these hidden forces to surface, not to harm you, but to be seen, understood, and ultimately purified. Now let's talk about something that happens to almost every sincere practitioner. The stronger your aspiration, the more intense your afflictions seem to become. You vow to help others selflessly, and suddenly people around you begin to test your patience. You commit to a disciplined practice, and then everything in your life seems to get in the way. You decide to be more compassionate, and you're met with hostility. It feels unfair. But this too is part of the path. The reason this happens is because the spiritual path is not about escape, it is about transformation, and transformation requires friction. Imagine gold being purified by fire. The impurities do not simply fall away. They are burned out by intense heat. Similarly, the moment you declare your intention to walk toward truth, the universe responds not with punishment, but with the precise conditions you need to strengthen that intention. These tests are not obstacles in your way, they are the way. The Buddha taught that all beings are capable of awakening, but he also taught that awakening requires the confrontation and transcendence of delusion. These delusions are deeply embedded in our habits, views, and emotional reactions. When you start practicing sincerely, these habits come to the surface so they can be worked with consciously. It's like trying to clean a room in the dark. You won't know how messy it is until you turn the lights on. Your practice is that light. And the mess is not new, it's just now visible. Another powerful teaching from the Buddhist tradition is that the more you seek to benefit others, the more challenges you will face. Why? Because helping others means stepping beyond your comfort zone. It means giving up selfishness, facing your attachments, and standing firm in the face of adversity. The Bodhisattva ideal, central to Mahayana Buddhism, is built on this very principle. A Bodhisattva vows to help all sentient beings, even if it means postponing their own full enlightenment. This kind of vow naturally brings enormous karmic challenges, but it also brings immeasurable blessings. Think about what happens when you genuinely try to change. Your inner resistance awakens. And it's not just you. When you commit to helping others, you also begin to stir the collective karma of those around you. You might encounter misunderstanding, criticism, or rejection. These aren't signs you're doing it wrong. They're signs you're shaking up the system. You're no longer passively flowing with the current of samsara. You're swimming against it. That's going to take strength, and it's going to feel hard. But it's also proof that you're practicing deeply. Master practitioners throughout history have faced unimaginable hardships. Think of the great Buddhist masters who were exiled, persecuted, or lived in extreme poverty. Why did they face so many obstacles if their practice was so pure? Precisely because their vows were so great. The size of your vow determines the scale of the challenges you will face. And each challenge is an opportunity to fulfill that vow more deeply. As Master H.S. Yun once said, "If you vow to light up the world, don't be surprised when the darkness comes to test you." So how should you respond when your aspiration brings greater afflictions? First, do not be discouraged. Obstacles do not mean failure. They are part of the journey. Second, return to your vow. Let it remind you why you started. A vow is like a compass in the storm. It keeps you oriented when everything else seems uncertain. Third, cultivate patience and compassion. Be kind to yourself in the midst of difficulty. Remember, you are facing lifetimes of karma. Change takes time. It's also essential to maintain spiritual community and support. Practicing with others, listening to Dharma talks, and learning from teachers can provide the strength you need to continue. You're not alone on this path. Every practitioner has walked through storms, and every one of them has emerged transformed. Finally, don't forget to celebrate the small victories. Every time you respond with compassion instead of anger, every time you choose patience over impulse, every time you return to your practice instead of giving up, you are winning. These small acts are the essence of transformation. They are what purify karma and led you closer to awakening. So the next time you encounter obstacles on your spiritual path, remember what we've discussed today. The greater your aspiration, the more profound the purification. The more you vow to help others, the more you'll be tested. And that is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. It means your practice is real. It means your heart is awakening, and it means the light within you is growing stronger. Thank you for watching today's video. If today's teachings resonated with you, please share your experiences in the comments below. And if you're facing challenges on your path, know that you're not alone. We walk this path together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the Dharma. Until next time, thank you for being here, and may your path through every obstacle be filled with courage, clarity, and awakening. Thank you for watching this video.